Hi. There y'all are. Happy Tuesday. Good to be with y'all. Man. Yeah. It occurs to me I didn't pre-warn anyone that I was sticking with the 8 o'clock Tuesday night regime. I hope that works for everybody. Got a lot to chat about and reflect on after this incredible weekend at the Ramble, but how about we just sing a song to start? Gold is for the sun, red takes all the fun, greener come on down, home forever. These are things I know, I learn them as I grow, I leave them when I go, home forever. Dazzled by the sets, singed with my regrets, spinning out in perfect disarray. I do not have the gift to see in black and white, but I'm okay by you tonight. Morning's my surprise, day's my disguise, night I realize, home forever. Sometimes I can't hide when they all collide, I try to keep my stride, home forever. Awake to breathe my fate, I try not to hesitate, understand it is all just in my head. Cannot differentiate the wrong from right, but I'm okay by you tonight. Beginners you make, middle's melody, the end's too sad to see, home forever. And I don't wanna let you down when I'm not around, I'm captured by the sound of forever. Taste it as it starts, tangled up in hearts, know that it will never be the same. But when it's feeling good, I want to hold on tight, and I'm okay by you tonight. I'm okay by you tonight. I'm okay by you tonight. Cheers, gatherers. Whew. Man, what a weekend. I'm still coming down. It kind of feels a little bit like a dream to me. For those of you that are joining tonight that maybe haven't been with us in a while, maybe you're here for the very first time. This last weekend, we hosted our annual festival put on by our nonprofit organization, Rally Sound, and an incredible, astounding, unbelievable, inspiring volunteer army. We call it the Ramble, and the Ramble has a mission to put an end to veteran homelessness in the Northeast. And I never quite know what's going to happen at a Ramble. I really don't. This was Ramble number 14. Been doing it for 14 years, and I still don't know what to expect. I am still surprised every single year. This year was different than any other year. We spent the last 6 months literally excavating the side of a mountain to build our own festival grounds. And it took a monumental effort by an incredibly dedicated team. And man, for those of you who weren't there, you would not believe how incredibly perfect it was. I mean, okay, nothing's ever perfect, but I couldn't have imagined it going any better than it did. We had over 900 people come out to Ashburnham, Massachusetts, a place that most folks have never heard of before. We had hundreds camping with us. We had folks coming in from all over the country. And of course, right, we had thousands of people watching from all over the world. And we had an incredible group of artists come out, play their hearts out, play their asses off. A million collaborations, a million magical moments in there where, and you know, it's kind of the coolest thing, right? Most of the magic that happens at the Ramble really has nothing to do with me. It has to do with this community, with you all. The way you look out for one another, the way you treat each other, the way you welcome newcomers into the fold, right? That's my favorite day of the year. That's my favorite day of the year. And it's also the day that when it's over, I am the most relieved. That's a weird juxtaposition, right? I'm also super sad when it's over. We had an awesome Sunday too, by the way. We all went to the range and by we all, I think there was maybe 200 plus of us that came to a little after Ramble cool down concert Sunday afternoon, which has turned into a really nice tradition. We shared music. Some of our artists came out and hung with us. That was magical too. It's a great way to put some final punctuation on the weekend. Because when the Ramble ends, it really doesn't feel like it's time for things to end, right? It feels like things are just getting started almost. Anyways, I do not have numbers for you yet. I will say that quickly. There are so many moving parts to the Ramble. There are so many things that cost money. There are so many different ways that money comes in. Money is still coming in to the Ramble, believe it or not. And so we give our team a little breather afterwards to kind of do some math, right? Break down the festival and figure it all out. But I'm excited. I'm excited for whatever we're going to announce, because I know whatever number we're going to report is going to be higher than last year's number, which is already astounding. We raised $100,000 for our homeless veterans last summer, and it's amazing to me knowing that we are going to beat that number this year. It just blows my mind. Our tiny little community, right? Think of what we can do. Amazing. More to talk about, but how about another song? Hey there, shiny one, I remember when you used to come around my door. I could see you standing there, the goofy smile across your face. It's not here anymore. And you left too young, and you left too soon. My guitar, it still remembers you, my friend, yeah. And I see your light again. I see your light again. Hey there, shiny one, though sometimes at a loss for words, you never ceased to make me smile. I am thankful for the time you had, although it was just a little while. And you left too young, yeah. And you left too soon. And my guitar, it still remembers you, my friend. See your light again, yeah. Your memory, it shines, and I see you sometimes, yeah. And your memory, it shines, and I see you sometimes, yeah. And your memory, it shines, and I see you sometimes. In your memory, it shines. It shines. It shines, yeah. It is shiny one, your glow affected everyone. I wish that you could hear me sing about you. Chances are that if there's justice in this universe, this song will shine although it's sung without you. And you left too young, yeah. And you left too soon. And my guitar, it still remembers you, my friend, yeah. See your light again. I see your light. Ooh. Now, Thanks for the claps. Thanks for the love. It's nice to get to see you, such as it is, on the screen. When we do gatherings from the stage, right, I'm not up close and on selfie mode as I am when it's just us hanging out. And it's just nice. It feels like, feels like we're hanging out having a beer or something like that. Or in this particular case, fizzy water. Cheers. I'll tell you, I have not had a lot of moments even to take the weekend in after the after party. I drove about 4 hours home up to Maine, where I'm at my little house on the water, and Allie and Willa were both asleep when I got back, but I got to be there when Willa woke up in the morning, and Allie's folks have been in town. They came in, I think, Thursday night, so I had missed them until I got back. So we have been there. My big brother Art, who is also at the Ramble with us all, he followed me up to Maine, and he's been hanging out. He just took off a couple hours ago. So it's been, and you all know how it is when family is in town. I mean, it can go lots of different ways when family is in town, I guess. But one thing that I think is universal is that it is a bit of whirlwind. And for me, it's wonderful. I mean, there are a few things more fulfilling than, sharing your home with the people that you love. But it is, you wake up and it's on. It's a hang, which is also wonderful, but especially when you are exhausted from a euphoric weekend. I don't know, it feels like a little bit like I've been walking around in a daze. Allie's folks leave tomorrow morning. We can wake up and have some coffee, maybe head down to the docks and watch the boats for a little while, and then they're going to take off, and I'll get to regroup a little bit, check in with my incredible Ramble team, and kind of debrief on the weekend. I mean, it just feels like there is so much to talk about. Tonight in particular, I want to give a shout out to one of the teams. And this is the coolest thing about the Ramble, right? We in the Rally Sound community believe that everybody has something that they can contribute, right? That activism isn't just about mobilizing human beings or licking stamps, right? Or making calls or fundraising, right? Activism is about volunteering your gifts for something that you care about, right? In an effort to make the world a little bit better. And the coolest thing about this community of ours is it is really diverse as far as the things that everybody does and specializes in. What you all do for a living, your personalities and your spirits, and there are ways that everybody can contribute. And one of the things that really was exceptional, I thought about this year, as we have continued to grow, as our Ramble Army has continued to grow, it's begun to really specialize. Right? There are teams. There are teams that work on different aspects of the Ramble, and there are many of you out there who work on your own things. There was an auction that raised over $20,000. Right? It raised over $20,000, and almost all of the auction items were pieces of art that people created, inspired by the Ramble, inspired by the music, inspired by the community, right? Like, what an amazing way to contribute. There were people that cooked. There were people that cleaned. There were people that helped with tech. There were people that helped with accounting, right? And it was just, it was a really, really amazing thing to watch. It's taken on a life of its own, and it continues to broaden, right? The things that people do, the ways that they contribute. Every year it seems like there is like a whole new dimension to this community in terms of the way we mobilize together. And that is amazing. This year, and I just want to I want to give shout outs to every team and every group, of course, right? But tonight in particular, I want to give a shout out to our incredible photography team. There were a group of you all with cameras, some of you with concert experience, some of you without concert experience. It didn't matter, because it's all hands on deck when we're doing something good for the world. And I was just so impressed throughout the day with how hard you all worked to try and capture the spirit of the day. I have seen some of the shots. I can't wait for you all to see more of the shots, but I just thought that you all were exceptional, and I'm just, I felt like today in particular, I wanted to give you all a personal shout out. More shout outs to come, of course, but I felt like it was important to say that today. Okay, how about a song? Sorry, it's still not working for me. Come down on your road, yeah. Leave your body alone, yeah. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Somebody holds the key. Well, I'm near the end, and I just thank God the time. And I'm wasted, and I can't find my way home. Well, come down off your throne, leave your money at home. Somebody must change. waiting all these years. No, no. Somebody holds the key. Well, I'm near the end, and I just ain't got the time. And I'm wasted, and I can't find my way home. No, I can't find my way home. No, I can't find my way home. From about 1/3 of the way through that song, I had a tickle in my throat. That is the worst feeling when you're singing. Whew. Well, okay. Let's talk about a little bit about some stuff that we have coming up. For those of you who, like me, are finishing the weekend and thinking, oh man, I can't wait to experience some more. Isn't that funny? I mean, I must play these days between 150 and 200 shows a year. And to spend a weekend playing and working until I'm like vaporized, right? And one of the first things I'm thinking is, oh man, I can't wait to do this some more. What a cool thing. What a cool job I have, right? But in the very immediate future, and this is maybe a first for me and the Adam Ezra group, Labor Day weekend, we actually only have one show, and it's a gathering. That's right. It's a farm. It's a farm. Just one F on that farm. It's a farm. It's just a farm. In Plimpton, Massachusetts, which is east and south of Boston. Or south of Boston on the eastern side of the state, towards Cape Cod. For those of you trying to figure it out, it is near Plymouth. For those of you that know the South Shore area a little bit, but there is this cool farm in Plimpton. We gathered there. The very first year, we were doing live gatherings. We started doing live gatherings during COVID, and it was a really special place. And so we're going back, and we're gonna play there this Friday, and we are gonna do our best to live stream that show with y'all. I am not sure what time the show starts. My guess would be about 7 o'clock at night. But for those of you that can't be there in person, you should tune in with us. And for those of you who can be there in person, you should travel in and do it. It's actually cool. There's like this last time we were there was like this little slope, and then there's like this little flatbed farm kind of truck that we play on. And it's a fun, relaxed hang. I mentioned this at the after party. We are some number of days away from officially announcing our first ever own Adam Ezra Group cruise. Now, we have partnered with Carnival Cruise Lines, and we are going to have our very own trip amidst a big giant boat. And we have secured some amount of the boat, as yet to be determined, probably based on how many of y'all want to come with us. This is a total experiment. We don't know exactly how it's going to go, but it is going to, and I think at the after party, I maybe said that we were departing on June 14th, and maybe we are departing on June 13th, but it's either the 13th or the 14th, out of Tampa, Florida. We'll try to play a show the night before we leave. For those of you who want to fly in the night before, we'll do a show somewhere down there. And we'll probably, for those of you that are very hardcore, be playing some shows going up and coming back, or going down and coming back up. But it is a 4-day cruise to Cozumel. And yep, that's right, 2024. So it's a little ways off. But, these are the kind of things you got planned for. So at least we do. We worked really hard to try and make, it's always a big thing when we're doing trips, to make it as affordable as possible. So I think the whole cruise costs $500 or $600, right, to be there, and it's it's all right. You get your meals on the boat, and there are pools and all sorts of activities, and there's just going to be some group of stowaways on that boat that are going to be part of our specific trip amongst this bigger cruise. This, I don't know how many people are on the boat, 3,000 people, 5,000 people, something like that, right? Each day we have a couple scheduled things that we'll be doing together musically. We'll probably have a couple things that we'll be doing together not so musically. Man, I'm excited to have a pina colada in the pool with y'all, if you want to come down. So so we'll see. We'll see what it all ends up shaking out to be. But I do know that we are going to be announcing it, and you will be able to reserve your ticket soon. So we're really excited about that. In a couple weeks, we have our next Adam Ezra Group trip. It's a weird trip, and I'll tell you why. It happens on a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I know that's bizarre, right? To schedule a trip on 3 awkward days of the week, right? But we just call it the getaway, for those of you who can get away with us. And it's this is the 3rd year that we have done it. And it's just awesome. It's a small group, last couple of years has been about 100 people, right? But we play a ton of music together. Unlike the Winter Gathering every morning, which is our other 3-day trip, right? That happens in January. It's 3 days, and every morning I'll play a couple hours acoustic, and we'll play a long set at night with the band, right? This the getaway sessions. It's all about us hanging throughout the day and then doing like a really long show each night. And we don't repeat songs for 3 days, and it is a chance for us all to just kind of dig in deep to the music and the community. There's time to do that, right? I love the Ramble band, but it is a whirlwind. It is like a wedding, right? You are spinning around until it's over, and then suddenly, boom. And there's something that I really like about the trips that we have started doing in recent years, where we get to just kind of dig a little deeper, right? So all that stuff is coming up. I believe the Getaway Sessions is happening in just a couple weeks. So I want to say like September 16th or something like that, if that's a Sunday. Maybe the 17th, 18th, 19th. As you know, I'm not the most organized of people, so there you have it. We do not have a crazy busy schedule this fall because I'm going to have a baby. Not me personally, obviously, but Allie and I are going to have another little girl. She is due November 10th. Willa came 2 weeks early, so we are cutting tour off. I think our last show was like October 22nd or something like that, and we won't be playing through the month of November, and we'll be playing a few shows in December leading up to our holiday tour, which will top off our year. 5 shows in a row: Boston, Fall River, Massachusetts, right snuggled up against Rhode Island, Hartford, Connecticut, Beacon, New York, and Derry, New Hampshire. We are bringing our friend Cersei along for that tour. We are calling it. I don't know if I screw this name up every time, which is silly because I came up with the name, so I should remember it. But Mel and Rich from Cersei and I have been brainstorming about like fun ways what we could call this tour, and we settled on the dysfunctional holiday family gathering tour. And that's going to be super fun. But there's a lot to talk about, and of course, as we keep gathering and hanging out, we'll be chatting about it all. I want to ask a favor, as it is my last night to hang with my in-laws. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter gathering than usual because I don't get a lot of time to hang with family these days, and it's special when I get to. It is also, however, special when we get to gather together. The good news is, because we won't be going like crazy this fall, we will get a lot of chances to hang out on Tuesdays together, and we may even get a couple opportunities to hang out on weekends like this too, especially when I'm off on paternity leave. You will find out all about it as it goes. Anyways, I want to thank you all. I just want to thank you all. Whether you were at the Ramble or not, whether you are members, supporters, and keeping the Gathering series alive or not, or you just like to hang out, it is all good. The fact that you're here just means so much to me, and you keep me going on my hardest days and during my darkest times. And man, it is like, right? It is like an IV injection of that at the Ramble each year, and I'm still feeling so much love from you all. So thank you. Thank you. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our back. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we have. For these moments pass lightly, won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to make. Let us drink one to who. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us and none we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. To the future, here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Cheers. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And I'll see you soon.